Hey everybody! Alright, so we're gonna do Pathfinder this morning. And probably something else this afternoon, not sure what yet. We'll wait and see. But yeah, it'll be fun. Okay. So, let's get started. I remember last time we were actually making some progress on the story, so hopefully we can keep that up because I want to be able to move on to other games. We will be starting a second story game next when I'm back after next week. Still trying to figure out what exactly that's going to be. So if you want to help decide, then in the Discord there is a polls room and you can vote there. I think right now it's tied, which doesn't help me. Comment! Hi! Yeah. Do you want attention? Does baby want attention? Okay. So we finished up the thing to... Okay, so we have to wait for that. Wait for that. And we need to be able to get into Patax. I don't know if any of those I can do yet. So. Let's go see how the kingdom is looking. You know what? I'm gonna put stuff away. Just to try and get a little more space back. It's something anyways, at least. Okay. I'm gonna double check on this. Actually, I'm okay with doing one of these if we've got anybody available. But I do not. But I've only got 2 days until I've got him available. Success, yes! We really gotta get, Ekin leveled up, though. Nope. Actually, I wonder if I can... Can I level her? Because that could work. Let me see. I don't remember what role I gave her. Nope, I cannot level her. Okay. Wait, I don't think I can level the other dude either. It's Tristan, Mary, Harem, Octavia, Ekin, Jubilos. So I can give him this. Okay, so I can't do anything there either. Cool. I don't know if I really need that, though. Okay. Nope. Alright, so she she can do this one. I just want to skip through to Amiri. Because I want to rank her up. It's gonna waste like a week, but... Okay. So that worked. My culture's at a 0 right now. That's not good. My arcane's at a 0 too. Espionage went up. That's good. Okay, wait, no. I want to do Ekin first. Okay, so we're going to make sure we keep Ekin out. Okay, wait. We won't advance time. It's saying my kingdom's gonna fall soon. I want to congratulate you. Sword Lords are amazed by our glory and want to set up a new school in our kingdom. Okay. Better chances to be in a big battle. That's great, thank you. Your Highness, your army goes stronger by the hour. Your warriors love Kurjess's lessons if you have already committed themselves to this religion. Just in Kurjess, why don't we build a temple here? Okay. Sure. Hey Tooch, how you doing? Something from Bakken. Tired and trying to wake up. It's not going very well. I watched the next 2 episodes, by the way, Tooch. There's a wall of text if you want to read it. Of my thoughts. Some of the stuff I went back on because I was like commenting as I was watching it. I'm trying to remember the way because I thought that specifically the third oath mentioned or against like Darkspawn. I swear it said specifically that in terms of the killing and fighting. But that wasn't mentioned. Yeah, I thought it's been a while since I've reread the whole thing. I need to actually reread it. Like, I'm in the process of rereading it. And I'm not sure what I think of Tom yet. I can see why they picked who they did, because his, like, musical performance was half decent. Was pretty good. Anyways. Episode 2, I was still hooked. After episode 3, I'm a bit meh again. Which is kind of an odd place for them to leave it for a break until next week. Okay. Oh, I have to go to White Rose Abbey. Is what I need to do. Okay. I'm just gonna set people up on missions and then I'm gonna go. I need this to go because I need culture. Like, to succeed. That's a 0 chance. so never mind. %5 is better than 0. Just gonna get all these going, then we'll head out. Try to find this White Rose Abbey. Actually, I think I should do this one with him. You've been reading comments on Dragonmount forums for thoughts. It'll be interesting to see how or if they can write this ship. Like I said, at first, I was like, okay, this isn't necessarily a proper Wheel of Time's adaptation, but I could see it still being a good show. The only part of the 3rd episode that I kind of really liked was the Lan and Nynaeve parts. Like, I feel like those parts were done well. But the others, I feel like were a little iffy. But that part was also, like, the simplest part, too. So... because that was just pure character building and leading up to what happens with them later. So... we'll see. We'll see. What are you doing? Hey, stop it. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Oh, I need to rest. Hang on. Wait. I need to rest first. Because Lindsay's almost dead. She should have gotten rest while I was doing this, but... it'll be interesting to see if they show the corrupted Waygate or poof, they're in Feldara. Yeah. Well, no, it's like... they did, Shadar Logoth so weird, too. Like, it wasn't a mist anymore. That part was weird to me. But maybe they figured that, like, I can, like, thinking about it now, I can kind of see why they did it that way. Like, I'm not saying, it doesn't necessarily not fit. I'm not gonna say that. Like, it does still look cool. But they made it so that the one power is essentially a white mist, so that they couldn't then go and have that be the evil in Shadar Logoth, because, you know, potentially confusing for the viewers. I think there's hyper cats right now. There might be hyper cats right now. Okay, let me just double check those. Just so that I don't see the exclamation mark everywhere. I think it's just showing me these. That could actually be good. But yeah, I mean, I'll keep watching. We'll see where it goes. I learned that I can do this. It's gotta be over here somewhere. White Rose Abbey, there it is. And I should be able to teleport to there. There we go. That said, I didn't really picture, like, they specifically mention that there's different colors of threads for channeling depending on what element you're weaving. So, but I'm wondering if the show got rid of that whole idea that there's different, like, elements that are weaved both independently and together in order to create different effects. Like, I wonder if they've simplified it in the show. Which is actually kind of too bad, because, like, I always thought it would be really, really cool to see in visual effects the interpretation of when they fix the weather. If you know the scene I'm talking about, Tooch. Instead of just having white weaves based it on the Ajah. They could have done that too, but like in the books they mention specifically that if you're weaving fire, it's like red or orange. If you're weaving water, it's blue. If you're weaving earth, it's like brown or like I would have thought it would have been like brown or greenish. Like that, right? And so then you actually get what like you can actually like it actually looks like a tapestry while they're creating these weaves, and that kind of ties whole back to the whole fact of like the wheel weaves as the wheel wills, that fate is actually like a tapestry with like threads being each person, like. But I just like I always wanted to visually see the scene where they fix the weather, because I'm pretty sure they mentioned that in order to do it they had to use like every single element. And they talk about how, like, the explosion of the weave, like, the most, like, this insanely intricate weave of, like, all the colors, just, like, explodes across the sky. That would have been really cool to see if they had actually done it with the whole multi-element weaves. That would have been really cool to see. Where's my blanket? I'm cold again. I'm cold, but I don't want to close the window because then my computer starts to get hot. But also, then it gets really hot in here. Nah. I like being warm with blankets and sweaters, though, so. It works.
You should take a look. What's in wait for me there, I wonder?
The Heron Blade still bugs the fuck out of you? Tooch, if that bugs you, if you haven't watched yet, hang on, let me see if I can show a picture. I'm gonna post it in, wait till you see a picture of the serpent ring. I'm gonna see if I can find one. Oh, apparently they did this in replace of using the shawls. I'm seeing on a news article. Okay, here. I'm gonna link an article in the Discord. If this ring design doesn't bug you, I'll be shocked. The ring design bugs me for so many reasons. What? Okay, this article's claiming that they're getting rid of the shawl because it seems impractical to the consumer looking to invest in merchandise. It's like, are you kidding? This is coming out in the middle of winter. Just make it like a scarf and people will be buying it left and right. Are you kidding me? Like... But the whole point of the ring is that it's supposed to be subtle and small and light and something that can be easily hidden if wanted and all of that stuff. Not like a fucking mine mounted on your finger. That's what it's supposed to be. That is what it's supposed to be. And I was even talking to Mux, and he hasn't read the books. He knows nothing of the series other than what I've talked about. Which has probably been somewhat extensive, especially since the... Like, I think even before the TV show was announced. Yeah, I'm going to try and actually play while we talk. Even before the TV series was announced, though. Like, just because it's something that, I don't know, has, like, affected my life quite a bit, so...
Inspiration.
But, oh, where the hell did these things come from? But yeah, even he pictured what, like, me and you probably think of as like, the serpent ring. Like, I just always thought of it as a basic Ouroboros. Like, that's it. But even not knowing anything, like, and explaining it to Mux, he says that it makes no sense. Because the whole fact is that it's something that they need to be able to hide when people, and that isn't obvious. Because the whole idea is that they downplay it or flash it depending on whether they want to announce that their Aes Sedai. Somebody sees that thing, they're gonna know something's up. Like, they're gonna know that this is, like, at the very least, like, a rich woman, if they don't know it's an Aes Sedai. Why would you go gaudy as all heck on the serpent ring, but totally subtle on the hair end? Yeah! Well, and it's not only that, but, like, the Aes Sedai wouldn't care. Right? Like, I mean, not all of them. Some of them would. I fully believe that some of the Aes Sedai, if they were given the option, would be like, fuck yeah, I want that bling. But then you'd get like the browns and the whites, and they would be like, I have to wear this? You know, like... But no, because, like, oh, yeah, so I remembered where my train of thought... Varen... That's who I was thinking of! Yes! Varen was exactly who I was thinking of! Varen is exactly who I was thinking of. Because it's like... They're constantly mentioning that she's, like, the homely... you know, like, motherly, completely down to earth, completely unsuperficial, you know, like, ink stains all over her, kind of things. Like, good God, she would take one look at that ring and say, oh God, how am I gonna get the ink off? Like, her ring would essentially just be black because she wouldn't be able to... I guess she could use the power to clean it, but again, Varen wouldn't do that. Reds and greens. Yeah. I could see them with that, yeah. But no, it's, me and Mux are saying that if they really, really wanted to represent the Ajahs on the ring, they could have done it so much better. They could have made it so much more subtle and just made it the, your classic Ouroboros ring, but put 2 gems for the eyes based on the Ajah. That would have worked so much better if they did want to have that representation on the ring. But the whole point, though, is that that representation isn't on the ring. It's not only that, but Tooch, I was even thinking about it. How would apprentices fall into that? Because they get their rings as an apprentice. Because as a novice, they just wear, I think it's white. As an apprentice, they still wear white, but they get the ring. Something like that. It's been a while. Like I said, it's been a while. Maybe the novices wore brown. But either way, like, the apprentices got their ring. But they didn't choose their Ajah yet, so they didn't have the shawl. So it'll be interesting to see what they do with that. For those who might be tuning in, me and Tooch are talking Wheel of Time. We're both, I'm gonna go ahead and say semi-hardcore to hardcore Wheel of Time fans, so.
Good, you dead.
See, considering the Ajah is already known by the clothing colors, that was the other thing too, is that if an Aes Sedai wants, like, an Aes Sedai is almost always gonna wear her color anyways, and if she's not, it's like extremely intentional in order to hide something. Like, in order to hide her Ajah. In which case, they're not going to want the ring anyways. But no, that article that I posted, like, I just kind of skimmed it after, like, looking at while I was looking at the pictures. And they talk about how the article theorizes that the change was made so that Amazon can make money off of selling Ajah rings, where the classic Ouroboros ring is like already just well known in the market as a Wheel of Time ring. So I could actually see that being the reasoning, and that actually kind of sucks because
Serves you right.
it shows that they're just trying to market it. Especially since, again, this is coming out just before Christmas in winter. You could have sold the shawls as scarves. It would have worked. Yeah.
Be easier if you knock my back.
I'd say my 2 cents, but that was probably a lot more than 2 cents. And again, that's all just speculation based on that one article, but...
This is going to hurt.
I will say that I fully expected the White Cloaks to look that douchey. The only thing wrong with how I see the White Cloaks is I always figured they wore more armor. Just because they were they are a military contingent. That's fine if they wanted to sell stuff, but even just a basic Ouroboros ring would sell like fire. I think that's the problem though, Tooch, is you can already find so many of those. But that's why they just, like, they give it a little bit of a twist. And... you know, make it the official Wheel of Time ring. You know, that would still sell like fire. I mean, let's put it this way. I have wanted an Aes Sedai ring for probably close to 20 years now. But I am sure as hell not going to be buying one of the new designs. an old school Aes Sedai ring.
Tear them apart!
There's only like 3 left over there. But there's a bunch over here. Let's switch our fireball. But yeah, just have to see where the series goes, because it's looking a bit iffy, I suppose, but
Cannot hide from me.
nice shot. I'm still like so unsure of Matt though. There's moments where he seems like exactly what I pictured, and then there's moments where it's like
You deserved it. I'm writing you out of our story.
Come here, Bax. I'll stab you.
that was a good splat.
Burn.
You thought they would be paladins, but ragtag. You have no problem with the white dress, but the lack of armor besides the shoulder piece looks off. I always figured that they would like be kind of well put together, just because they're very. I don't know. It was just kind of the impression I always had. So like I kind of like I'm cool with them looking like super like pristine and like everything. But yeah, I always figured they'd be way more heavily armored. The Inquisitor I could see being less armored, although I'm not sure if he would be. But the fact that the whole thing is essentially just in like a shoulder, like a single shoulder plate and like leather, unless they do have plate and it's just been completely painted white, but it's not what it looked like.
They go down!
You cannot see Galad leading his troops in that. Oh no! No, that's the thing, is like when you get to any of the bigger battles, it's like that would not function the way that they wanted to.
Nowhere to run.
It's like I could see the Inquisitor being more lightly armored because his whole thing is going up against people that channel. So they aren't going to, like, armor isn't necessarily going to help against that. But the foot soldiers that in the episode go marching off after the Trollocs, like, good God, they're fucked.
last wishes?
Which knife to use?
And Egwene just still kind of seems off to me.
Flames take you.
He's like the Inquisitor, right? Oh no, he is the captain. Yeah, I think I know which one he was. And yeah. Yeah. Like I said, it has been a while since I've read the books. I'm in the process of rereading them right now. But yeah. They were not entirely what I was expecting. So. Pew pew pew!
I did it. I did.
Nah, I think I just gotta keep seeing where it goes, because it's definitely... going in, I guess, kind of interesting direction, but
I'll take the bait. You see that?
not necessarily in a... Like I said, the second episode, despite being a little weirded, like, despite things not being perfect, I was still on board with.
What's that?
The third episode just kind of left me
Me see, me keep.
unsure. Ring of Chaos, eh? Ooh. Sure.
Did it without breaking it.
This Abby sure has a lot of liquor.
I did it. I did.
I almost feel like the third episode tried to cover too much. It's almost like the series is written for people that are fans of the show, as opposed to trying to bring the world to new people. But if it's written for... And I say that because it seems kind of like they are really rushing some things and not kind of taking the time to go into the background or the whys or like any of that kind of thing. If that makes sense, like it doesn't necessarily feel like they're taking all of the time to flesh certain things out that I feel like they should before they try to move on with it. If that's a way to put it, like I'm trying to think of how to phrase it. Such that it makes more sense seeing it as somebody who is already a fan of the series. But at the same time, if you do that, you have to be really fucking accurate about certain details or else you're gonna alienate the people you're making the show for. You get things need to be sped up, but the changes seem unnecessary. Well, okay, so anybody who doesn't want spoilers, then stop listening for like a few minutes. Though, we've kind of already passed that roadblock, but it's like, we don't even meet Tom until the third episode. So his entire reason for going along with them is different than it is in the books. Because his whole reason in the books was to, like, even though you don't get told this until, like, or you kind of learn this just by how he acts and what you learn about his family in the past and all that kind of stuff. Like, his whole purpose is to go and help the boys understand the way of the world, protect them from the Aes Sedai, help him understand the Aes Sedai, and deal with that whole aspect of it. That's not what happened in the TV series. But like by the end of the book, by the end of the third episode, they've already fully split up. Egwene and Perrin have met the traveling people, the Tuatha'an. Which was the name I forgot while I was watching the series. I was watching the show, and then it just suddenly came back to me. Ron and Matt have only just now met and set up with, well, are presumably going to set up with Tom at some random ass village where they were trying to work for a bed kind of thing. And that was only because they got split up. Matt has the dagger. And it looks like they're trying to start showing Matt going kind of crazy from the dagger. They were doing some weird things with camera angles and stuff. And like the way he was talking. The only problem is that they haven't set up enough of his character for you to be able to know that that's, like, not Matt. If you didn't know that he was going crazy in advance because of the dagger, because you've read the books. I think that's kind of what I mean with, like, they seem to be speeding through things too much. And that they're giving us things, it's like, no, this is different than it's supposed to be. And it's like, but how are we supposed to know? If you haven't read the books, you wouldn't know that these things are different than what they're supposed to be. Perrin's already having connections with wolves. But we haven't met Elias yet. Nynaeve has hooked back up with Lan and Moiraine. And those three have just met some Red Ajah in order to try and finish healing Moiraine. But, like, we're already at that point by the third episode, which was, like... I feel like we don't have enough background of the characters to know why these things matter. So it's just one of those... It's kind of weird, I guess. I guess it's more of a, if they were going to make this a show, They should have had a plan of how to logically speed it up into a reasonable number of seasons because they knew how long the books were. It's not like Game of Thrones where it just ended halfway through and, you know, we didn't know how much more was after the last book. You know exactly how much Wheel of Time there is. There's no excuse to not plan appropriately. Oh, but I feel like they already are trying to show that Matt is going crazy. The only problem is that if you don't know that he's going crazy, you wouldn't necessarily know that he's going crazy because the way that they've set him up as just being like this somewhat selfish character, that's all it comes off as.
I did it. I did.
That's how I feel anyways by the end of the third episode. Like, I feel like they tried to speed some of that along too much. Like, you get, like, the briefest glimpse of his lighthearted, like, I care kind of nature, like, caring nature, like, jokester nature. And then instantly it goes back to almost kind of what we saw in the Two Rivers, where he was more, like, actually shady and sneaky. And so it's like, okay, well, which part was the not real part? So
I grant you death.
that's not what I wanted to throw. Fireball! Nice.
This is going to hurt.
Like I said, I'm still willing to see where it's gonna go. I'm just less sure
Not used to
than
lighting
I
enemies
was at
on
the beginning.
fire first.
Cannot hide from me.
Yeah.
Work, you silly spell!
might be something I can throw over there. Not really.
Die, die, die!
What? Oh, that is bullshit.
This is where I step in.
Bring it! Burn! Is all this blood mine? Never thought I had that much.
Be easier if you not fight back. Huh? Yeah.
There we go. Okay, let's heal her up. There we go.
That was easy.
The beautiful Nereid is deathly pale. She shudders as you approach. I know you. You're her hound. I have a message for you. The Nereid freezes and stares forward with unseeing eyes. When she speaks again, it's not with her voice, but another, one you recognize all too well. Just 2 more to make 1,000. 2 more cranes and my cup will be full. I care not who makes it first, you and your lands, my hound, or Patoxin its ruler. The time draws near, so enjoy yourselves, or fight, or celebrate your victory. Each step you take is one more toward my triumph. Take the tool promised you. It awaits you here at the bottom of the lake in the abbey. Bear in mind, my peacock already knows you have revealed his secret. He is terrified, and he will make his move, and he will soon make his move. Finished speaking, the Nereid hugs her shoulders and lowers her head. There's a strange halfling at the entrance? That wasn't at the entrance, that was right here. Madman was obsessed with me, and Irovetti exploited that weakness of his to turn him into the most loyal of his guardians. What's the tool? A dark secret is hidden in these depths. The remains of victims of a treacherous murder. Side by side, they lie at the bottom of the lake. The offspring of 4 noble Pataxian families. The Achenza, Catani, Viscari, and Stroka. I know little of the games mortal monarchs play, but I've watched Irovetti for a long time. He fears these bones will be recovered and draw the vengeance of their living relatives. That's why Nerissa told you where to search for the bodies. He also told him you would come to retrieve them. She also told him you would come to retrieve them. 2 rulers at each other's throats is exactly what she needs. Nerissa, dear cousin, what have you become? Wait, I beg you. Please take me with you. Queen, let me live in your capital. I will repay you by telling you all I know. I want to help you, and I want to help Nerissa too. If anyone can break the curse, it must be you. Okay. Underground Lakes looks like a silver mirror. The reflections on its surface are so clear that you can make out every wrinkle in your clothes and the individual strands of your hair. What you can't make out, though, is anything that may be hidden beneath the water. Dive in. You dive into the lake. You once more notice the silvery quality of the water, as though it's been imbued with light or perhaps radiates it. But the things hidden by the placid shimmering are horrible. Below you, at your feet, at the bottom of the lake, float at least 24 corpses. The dead seem to stare at you, some with empty sockets of hollow skulls, and others with nightmarish dead eyes. One body floats past you, and you feel a small metal object fall into your hand. It looks like a signet ring. One of the dead bodies wears a purple belt. Another is clad in a black vest with bright green embroidery. You easily recognize the insignias of the 4 trade houses. There are dead bodies here from all the great families that once ruled Patax. Dive deeper. Success! You dive deeper and deeper, pushing yourself until you feel the bottom of the lake beneath your hands. And something more, something metallic. A dagger lies beside the body of a young blonde man. The weapon is in perfect condition despite its submersion. It may be a trick of the mind, but as you leave, the dead man's body shifts. And it seems almost like a nodded farewell, like the man wishes you luck and hopes to be avenged. Oh, what was this dagger I got? Newest, the oldest. Oh, we leveled though. Sure. Actually, I'm gonna give her this. I wanna make sure we don't miss anything. Sure. I don't really care anymore. Oh, I'll take that. And let's see. Oh. Let's give him a familiar just because. Initiative could actually be pretty good. Wait, does he already have a familiar? Oh, I did give him a familiarity. Can I have 2 familiars? We're gonna see, because I want to.
Me?
Cool, he can. Oh my god, I'm just gonna give him like all the familiars and he's just gonna have this little army following him. I like it. Let's see. PlayStation, why do you tease me with Black Friday deals? I don't even know if I want to know, Tooch. I cannot spend any more money, and I already have 3 games waiting for me at Mux's place. Not to mention, like, the millions of games that are already on my queue. Don't tempt me to look into this, Tooch. It's like the last thing that I need right now. There's one I saw I think I wanted. So I might as well do that. Oh, expanded element. I'm gonna go with air. And we're gonna go electric blast. It's like fire, but made out of air. Take spell focus. And I don't even know. We'll just try to get everything. Actually, conjuration, evocation. Okay, I've got a necromancy. Now let's do illusion. Why not? Okay. Fire snake, maybe? I think fire snake is what I wanted. I don't know why Tara, like, does fire damage. That doesn't seem to make too much sense. Huge elemental, maybe? Wait, no, what is this? Hellfire Ray? Hellfire Ray. Yes. Finger of Death. Ooh. The summons. Definitely the summon. Not that I really use half of the spells I get anyways, but you know. Mass cure light wounds. Yes. Hell fucking yes. Let's go humans. Okay.
Step.
And that's all, I think. This game wouldn't be half so bad if there was like an instant exit at every end. Oh. Okay, Tucci, you got me curious. Which deals are you looking at? Though, I don't know if anything's gonna beat the Amazon.com buy two, get one free. Only a few things you're interested in, considering you're gonna splurge come Steam sale. Yeah, I did my splurging on the buy two get one free. Oh, I have to go back to my city. You prefer physical anyways? That's how I am too. Especially for console, I always prefer physical. Some people think that that's weird, but it's like there's so many good reasons for it. It's like you can trade with people, you can resell, you can trade back into the store. You can buy used and save money. I only have one physical PS5 disc here at the moment, though, because Returnal, I ordered physical copy, and they didn't deliver on time. So I went digital and then returned the physical. Kana was not available for physical when it came out. And then I think those are the only two games I bought aside from the three that are at Mux's place right now. But yeah, no, I'm totally with you on preferring physical. That was why I liked the that's why the Amazon sale was so good. Did you check that out, Tooch? I don't know if it's still going or not. Maybe it's part of their Black Friday. I wonder if it's still going. Ah. You would consider something like Nioh 2 for digital as you have no real reason to go back after finishing? Well, but that's, if anything, that's why you should get hard copy. Because if you're not going to go back to it afterwards, then you can sell it. Digitals I usually try to get for stuff that I'm going to want to keep going back constantly and that I know I'm never going to want to sell or trade in. The States didn't have that deal when I mentioned it? I had to buy from Amazon.com. So it was only in the States. Canada actually didn't have it. It was like a specific link you had to use. Did I post it? I need to remember to post that stuff in software and game deals. Now I'm just curious. The link should be somewhere around here. I'm just taking a quick look for you. Yeah, it does look like the deal has ended. I don't know when it ended. It was... I saw an article for it around the 9th. Yeah, that's pretty shitty. Sorry you missed out on it. The game selection wasn't huge, though, to be fair. I just don't have anything for the PS5 yet, so. Although I say that, and yet it had, like, Guardians of the Galaxy and stuff, so. Your Highness Kitty the First, I have a message for you from Irovetti, King of Patax. It is an open secret that things are not going too well for your kingdom of late. Bandits and monsters, which you supposedly exterminated, are swarming your countryside once more. You are losing the trust and respect of your subjects. Everyone sees that you are failing to meet the responsibilities of a proper ruler. It's just that not everyone dares to say this out loud. His Highness Irovetti is ready to lend you a helping hand. Reject this unbearable burden of power, kneel to him, and abdicate the crown. He will rule the stolen lands as wisely and fairly as he rules his own country. His Highness is expecting you at his palace in Patax, ready to accept your oath. I'm not keeping up? Dude, you guys be attacking me. I'm sorry, Your Highness, but I do not have authority to negotiate. I was only vested with the task of delivering my king's message and receiving your reply. He can wait for as long as he likes. He's not getting my crown. Did I? Oops. But yeah, no, because I couldn't order it from Amazon.ca. That's why they're at Mux's place right now. So that I could save like $30 on shipping and customs. So Irovetti invited you for a visit. I have the perfect gift for him. Shows you a thin paperback. Look through it when you have the time. The entire truth of the Academy of Grand Arts and its so-called patron. Irovetti. I hope it gives him a stroke when he reads it. Then all your problems will solve themselves. The first press run is already on its way to Patax. When you go, don't forget to take me with you. I'm going to see the effects of the book Professor Yobald and I wrote with my own eyes. I'm sure it'll be explosive. Sweet. Okay, now we can go to Patax. You have far too much stuff you want to buy and play anyway, such as Tales of Arise, Monster Hunter Stories 2, and Lost Judgment. Yeah, that's kind of how I am right now. I only did the 3-for-2 deal because it was all games that I wanted anyways. Like, they were already on my... Mentioned Nio mainly as it would be cheaper to get digitally than to get a physical copy. I need to play the first one. I'm pretty sure Epic gave it away at some point. But, yeah, no, I feel ya. Like I said, I only got the 3-for-2 because pretty much what you just said is because I legit saved like almost $150 Canadian by getting them that way. So, it was, way up there. I think this one's closer than Armartius. Epic did. It's goddamn hard. You've been playing Souls for 7 to 8 years now, and that game made you rage like no other. I always find it weird because occasionally people will come in and try to say that I'm good at video games because I've beaten Souls games, and I see Souls games differently than I think a lot of people do. And it's not that they're necessarily hard. Because they're just rhythm games. And I know that's probably like a unique take on it. I actually do need to sell stuff so this works. Like, they're just rhythm games, right? It's just a combat rhythm game, really. Your brain sees the stimulus and you just need to react by instinct. I don't know. Kind of how I see them. I'll do it eventually. But again, there's so many freaking things on my list right now that... And right now, I'm pretty much booked through halfway of 2021. Even if we start doubling up our story games. So...
My life is a burden.
I hate trolls! After what they did to Ekkon's village, I could tear them apart with my teeth!
Torak bless you, Amiri. You know how revenge is forged.
They're difficult but fair. Niall's difficult, but you can get murdered very easily by even normal mobs. I mean, that sounds kind of similar to, honestly, that almost sounds kind of similar to even Kena and Returnal. Huh. I'm always up for a challenge. Ah! Approaching the city, we found the gates wide open. There was no one there to greet us. Huge difference from last time. Alright, guys, I'm gonna take a quick break, though, as long as this doesn't, like, cutscene. Come on. Okay, I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna take a short break.